So this is part 13 of Terry Pratchett's Truckers. The old man was sitting very still, with the thing on his lap, staring at nothing. He paid them no attention when they came in. Once or twice his fingers drummed on the thing's black surface. "Sir," said Gerda after a while. You wanted to see us, sir?" "Ah," said the abbot vaguely. "Young Gerda, isn't it?" "Yes, sir." "Good." There was silence. Gerda coughed politely. You wanted to see us, sir?" he repeated. "Ah," the abbot nodded gently. "Oh, yes, you there. The young man with the spear?" "Me?" said Masklin. "Yes. Have you spoken to this thing?" "The thing? Well, in a way. It talks funny, though. It's hard to understand." "It has talked to me. It has told me it was made by gnomes a long time ago. It eats electricity. It says it can hear electric things. It has said," he glared at the thing in his lap, "it has said that it has heard that Arnold Brothers, established 1905, plans to demolish the store. It is a mad thing. It talks about stars. It says it comes from the stars, that we fly. But there is talk of strange events. I wonder myself, is this a messenger from the management sent to warn us? Or is this a trap set by prices slashed? So," he thumped the thing with a wrinkled hand, "we must ask Arnold Brothers, established 1905. We will learn the truth." But sir," Gerda burst out, "you're far too... I mean, it wouldn't be right for you to go all the way to the top again. It's a terribly dangerous journey." "Quite so, boy. So you will go instead. You can read human, and your boisterous friend with the spear can go with you." Gerda sagged to his knees. "Sir, all the way to the top? I'm not worthy." His voice faded away. The abbot nodded. "None of us are," he said. "We are all shop-soiled. Everything must go. Now be off, and may bargains galore go with you." "Who's bargains galore?" said Masklin as they went out. "She's a servant of the store," said Gerda, who was still trembling. "She's the enemy of a dreadful prices slashed, who wanders the corridors at night with his terrible shining light to catch evil gnomes." "Well, it's a good job we don't believe in him then," said Masklin. "Of course I don't," agreed Gerda. "Your teeth are chattering, though." "That's because my teeth believe in him, and so do my knees and my stomach. It's only my head that doesn't, and it's being carried around by a load of superstitious cowards. Excuse me. I will go and collect my things. It's very important that we set out at once." "Why?" said Masklin. "Because if we wait any longer, I'll be too scared to go." The abbot sat back in his chair. "Tell me again," he said, "about how we came here. You mentioned a colour. Mauve, wasn't it?" "Marooned," said the thing. "Ah, yes. From something that flew?" "A galactic survey ship," said the thing. "But it got broken, you said." "There was fault in one of the everywhere engines. It meant we could not return to the main ship. Can it be that this is forgotten? In the early days we managed to communicate with humans, but the different metabolic rates and time sense eventually made this impossible. It was hoped originally that humans could be taught enough science to build us a new ship, but they were too slow. In the end, we had to teach them the very basic schools, such as metallurgy, in the hope that they might eventually stop fighting one another long enough to take an interest in space travel." "Metallurgy." The abbot turned the word over and over. Metallurgy. The urge to use metals. That was humans, all right. He nodded. What was the other thing you said that we taught them? It began with a G. The thing appeared to hesitate, but it was learning how to talk to gnomes now. Agriculture, it said. That's right. Agriculture. Important, is it? It is the basis of civilization. What does that mean? It means yes. The abbot sat back while the thing went on talking. Strange words washed over him like planets and electronics. He didn't know what they meant, but they sounded right. Gnomes had taught humans. Gnomes came from a long way away, from a distant star, apparently. The abbot didn't find this astonishing. He didn't get much about these days, and he had seen the stars in his youth. Every year, around the season of Christmas fair, stars would appear in most of the departments, big ones, with lots of pointy bits and glitter on them, and lots of lights. He'd always been very impressed by them. It was quite fitting they should have belonged to gnomes once. Of course, they weren't out all the time, so presumably there was a big storeroom somewhere where the stars were kept. The thing seemed to agree with this. The big room was called the Galaxy. It was somewhere above consumer accounts. And then there were those light years. The abbot had seen nearly 15 years go past, and they had seemed quite heavy at the time, full of problems, swollen with responsibilities. Lighter ones would have been better. And so he smiled, and nodded, and listened, and fell asleep as the thing talked, and talked, and talked.